Good afternoon, 4th grade. Today we're going to continue reading in our novel, The Red Pyramid. Before we get started reading, we have a fill-in-the-blank summary. Get ready to fill in the blanks. It says, Sadie, Carter, Khufu, and Bast decide to drive instead of fly to Phoenix to defeat Set. They stop by the Rio Grande River to summon Nephthys, Set's wife. Sobek, an evil monster, attacks them from the river. He and Bast continue to fight under the water. Carter and Sadie are rescued by Amos. Press pause to fill in the blanks and play when you're ready for the focus question. Our focus question for today is, how do characters overcome challenge? What does their victory reveal about the central themes of the text? Our standard is we want to be able to collect evidence that relates to the story's theme. Our vocabulary words today are obliterate, and that means to totally wipe out. This bomb obliterated the city. The city was completely destroyed. Number 2, immortal. That means you live forever and you never die. You are immortal. And the last one is confide. That's when you tell someone you trust a secret. You confide in them. Go ahead and turn the page, and we're going to use our CSPS strategy as we are reading the text the first time. So open up your book to chapter 7. Let's get ready to read and look for CSPS evidence. We're at Carter's thought. They are flying to find Set. Amos flew us to White Sands, New Mexico. He said it used to be a government range for testing missiles, and due to its remote location, very unlikely anyone would look for us there. Next page. The wounds are very grave. Sadie, you can do it. Come back to us. In Sadie's narration, I was too far away to hear Carter's words. Remember, she was badly injured by Sobek. And now we have Sadie's thoughts. We see her get really, really large. I felt like I was on a Ba trip, except instead of the winged poultry look, I was just really enormous. I could see a light in the distance, but I was too high in the sky to tell what was making it. The world seemed so small. That's how gods see things. And we see this green person behind her. Go down. Sadie Kane, I've been waiting for you. You must be Jeb, Nut's husband. I have a letter for you. She hands him the letter. From your wife. I owe you. Thanks, Sadie Kane. It's been many millennia since I saw the face of my beloved. We'll stop right there because we have information about the character and the setting. In box 1, we would say, Sadie goes on a Ba trip to see Jeb, and she delivers the letter from Nut. Press pause to write down your answer and play when you're ready for the quote. And the quote that tells me that she's with Jeb delivering the letter is this quote right here in the middle box. Write it down in 1B. You must be Jeb, Nut's husband. I have a letter for you. Press pause to write down your quote and play when you're ready for the setting. And we know Carter tells us in the narration that they're in White Sands, New Mexico, and they are trying to escape Set in the House of Life. So in box 2A, we would write, Amos flew Carter, Sadie, and Khufu to White Sands, New Mexico to escape Set's evil creatures. Press pause to write down your answer and play when you're ready for the quote. And you would write down Carter's narration in box 2B. Amos flew us to White Sands, New Mexico He said it was very unlikely anyone would look for us there. Press pause to write down the quote and play when you're ready to keep reading. Go ahead and turn the page. We're at the top of the next page. Ask me a favor that the earth can grant, and it shall be yours. I want my father back. What a loyal daughter. Isis could learn a thing from you. Sadly, I cannot. Matters between the gods cannot be solved by the earth, and your father's path is linked to that of Osiris. It is up to you to save him. Then I don't suppose you could collapse Set's mountain and destroy his pyramid? Set is my son. I cannot intervene so directly between my children. Well, your favors aren't very useful then. You have greater problems at the moment, Miss Kane. You were injured at the Rio Grande, and right now you lay dying. I will heal you. Huh? She's waking up. Sadie's waking. A miraculous recovery. Amos, how was your trip to Phoenix? Did you see Set? I was a fool to go looking for him. Set's become more powerful than I could have imagined. His spirit is tied to the Red Pyramid. Then he doesn't have a human host? We'll stop right there.
Let me check on that. Okay.
Because we have information about the first problem. In box 3A, we would say, Jeb tells Sadie that she was injured at the Rio Grande and now she's dying. Press pause to write down your answer for 3A and play when you're ready for the solution. But Jeb also tells us the solution. He heals Sadie. So in box 4A, we would write Jeb healed Sadie. Press pause to write down your answer and play when you're ready to keep reading. All right, we're at the top of the page. Amos paused. He doesn't need one as long as he has the pyramid. I walked right into a trap. Set froze me like a statue, then displayed me outside his pyramid as an object of ridicule for passing demons. The magic that froze me weakened with time. I was able to wiggle free and sneaked out at midday when the demons were sleeping. It was much too easy. I shouldn't be alive. Set allowed me to escape. I can only suspect it's a trick of some sort. Did you see Dad while you were trapped? No, but I overheard the demons talking. The coffin is inside the pyramid. Set intends to use Osiris's power to augment his storm. The increased power will obliterate your father, Osiris, and quite possibly all life on Earth. Carter, did I miss anything while I was knocked out? We lost Bast. She sacrificed herself to save us from Sobek, the crocodile god. Lost her? She's immortal, right? Yes, but it's likely she's scattered deep in the Duat. Perhaps someday in a few hundred years. No, not a few hundred years. I can't. I couldn't help weeping. Over the last few days, I'd lost everything. My home, my ordinary life, my father. I'd almost been killed half a dozen times, and my mother's death hurt like a reopened wound. Now Bast was gone too. Bast was able to spare Muffin from the Duat, probably the last shred of her power. Where we're headed, there's no place for a defenseless cat, so I've asked Khufu to take Muffin back to Brooklyn. Baboons have their own brand of magic, so his journey should be safe, but just in case, this will help if the need arises. A crocodile? After what just... It's Philip of Macedonia! Did I not mention he's a Shabbati? Khufu voiced his disapproval of his assignment. I know, my friend, but it's for the best. We watched Khufu trudge off. I was so sad to see him go. we'll stop right there because we have information about the second problem. And the second problem for Sadie is that she learns that Bass did not survive the attack. So in box 3B, we would write, Carter tells Sadie that Bass did not survive the fight. Press pause to write down your answer and play when you're ready for the solution. And there's not really a solution to this problem other than that Sadie responds by being really sad because she feels like she's losing all the important people in her life. And so in box 4B, we would write, Sadie is really sad because she lost several people she cares about. Her dad, mom, and now Bass. Press pause to write down your answer and play when you're ready to keep reading. We're going to keep reading the next 2 pages so that you'll be able to write your paragraph. We're in the middle of the box. Fufu and Muffin they have left, and Amos says, now then, Carter's filled me in on your adventures while I was away. What he has not told me is how you plan to destroy Seth. I glanced at Carter and saw warning in his eyes. He and I have been a team for so many days now. I realized that I resented Amos's presence a little. I didn't want to confide in anyone else. God, I can't believe I just said that. Bottom of the page. I think it's best we keep that to ourselves. What if Seth attached a magic listening device to you or something? You're right, it's just so frustrating. I can't trust myself. We should head to Phoenix in my boat. Things should move fairly quickly. Won't people notice a flying boat? I mean, I know magic is hard to see, but this is New Mexico. They see UFOs here all the time. Top of the page. We were just packing the boat when a familiar voice pierced the desert night. Cain. And we see Desjardins and all his magicians. It appears we've been tracked. Desjardins, Zia Rashid, it's been several years. I see Iskandar sent his best. Iskandar is dead. Bad news then, that means I am the new Chief Lector. Step off, Michael. Fighting us will get you nowhere. We must stop Seth. If you're wise, I would what? Join you? Collaborate? The gods bring nothing but destruction. Master, Amos is right. We can't fight each other. It's not what Iskandar wanted. You side with them? All right. And then they all have a fight. And we'll pick up there in parallel teaching. Go to your paragraph. It says, how does Sadie respond to challenge? And what does her response reveal about her? And so you can write about the challenge of being injured, or you can write about the challenge of losing Bass.